Hello everybody and welcome to the Coach Oak Show on Coach Oak TV. You are here with Coach Oak himself, head coach of your Iki Town and Cinema of Team Skull, because this is Owl Season 3. The Owl is back. Hoot, hoot, hoot. So this is Owl Season 3, Week 1. Team Skull is made up of myself, Haz, and Cav as last year, where we did make the finals, where I did win my match in the finals, but unfortunately this is a team league, which we did not end up winning the finals. So how this works is we all play a battle. There's 3 of us on the team. So we'll play another 3-person team where we'll each play someone else on the team. In this case today I am playing Troy, aka Tangelaboots, of Team Forecast. So in the overall Team Forecast versus Team Skull matchup, whichever team wins 2 or more of the battles, so there's 3 battles, is the winner of the week. So luckily, and little spoilers that they're putting up videos as well, the other Cav and Haz did win both their battles this week. So this game doesn't matter for the overall win of the week, but after the overall win, you have individual win, like as a team, the win-loss record. So it'll be 1-0 as a team. This will either be 2-1 or 3-0 as our overall, and then we'll have differential as well. So the game does matter, but not as much. So we are going. That is our battle for today. Before we go into that, I will tell you my team, which that's on my other laptop. The reason this is post-com and not live-com, like I normally do, is because I'm having massive issues with my recording software on my new laptop. So I actually pulled out the old laptop. It recorded without audio and with video that doesn't really work. And I was messing around with it for probably 20 minutes before the battle started. So that's just, where we're at. We will attempt to get this back. But yeah, in our little 2-week break we have had, I got a new laptop and a new phone, but that doesn't really affect us. So my team is a Thundi T, which has Z offensive moves, Superior, Alola-Mola, Snorlax, Darmanitan, Mega Altaria, Stakataka, which has Z offensive moves, Hariyama, Sneasel, Claydol, and a Fraligator. Before we go into too much detail, I will just give you a quick update on Coach Oak life. So in the past 2 weeks we haven't had a battle. BPC has died. There will be a finals for it, which we are in, which will hopefully be next week against Sketch AV, because Hurricane Florence has caused him problems on, his side of things, because he lives in that area, and it's just unfortunate. Okay. So, sorry, in fact, Sketch was messaging me. We have, so that will be probably next week, at some point. We're looking for revenge for our week 1 loss, so that's BPC, but that season is essentially over. We just finished this draft, which has been going on, and we are currently drafting for UPC as well. UPC went to an auction draft, so it's a 10-day draft. Went from 24-man Owls, Snipe Fest, Chaos, and Anarchy to a 10-day auction draft, Chaos and Anarchy, Ubers League. But once those 3 things are kind of done, we only have PCBL 8 left before we are retiring from Draft League, which both happy and sad. Yeah, I don't think there's a better way to describe that. I'm very much looking forward to it, but also I will miss Draft League, potentially, but, I need a break. Yeah, anyways, we won't go into that too much, but that's just a update because it has been a couple weeks and, stuff's going on. So as you can see, he brought Garchomp, Zapdos, Tentacruel, Miltank, Mega Alakazam, and a Scizor. The one big thing of note that he didn't bring, he has a bunch of other stuff, but I don't know off the top of my head, is Scrafty. And the reason I bring that up is, you'll see, my team is very Scrafty weak, I'm not gonna lie. Scrafty would have caused me some problems if it DD'd a couple times. Oh boy, DD with Rock Move would have been a problem. But he didn't bring it, which is not a surprise. I did have Mega Altaria in the Claydol spot for a while, so I just switched to Claydol, and we will see how that goes in this battle. So I assume the Mega Altaria is part of the reason he got scared off bringing Scrafty, which made sense, and that was one of the reasons I wasn't too afraid to bring Claydol. But so the Thundi T is a Fightium Z, Focus Blast, U-Turn, Thunderbolt, and Pin Power Ice. Hariyama is Guts Claymore, Close Combat, Bullet Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. The reason no Fire Punch for Scizor is because Bullet Punch for priority on Mega Alakazam and for the DNC. Life Orb, Sheer Force, Adamant, please break everything. Darmanitan. Flare Blitz, Superpower, Earthquake, and U-Turn. Alomola, Aqua Jet, Scald, Wish Protect. Aqua Jet obviously to be able to do some chip on the Mega Alakazam. Obviously, I was sure about it. I was trying to get priority on a lot of things. And I really wanted Scarf on both Bundy and Darm, but I didn't in the end. But I did put a Scarf on my Sneasel. So Sneasel is very important for dealing with Mega Alakazam this battle, as well as obviously hitting Zapdos and Garchomp, so it's important there as well. It is Scarf with Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Knockoff, and Pursuit. Yeah, because I couldn't fit Low Kick on. Yeah. Claydol is an Assault Vest version with Ice Beam, Earth Power, Hidden Power Fire, and Rapid Spin. So get rid of hazards. It's pretty defensive in terms of EVs, to help deal with things like Garchomp. Claydol kind of eats. Now, obviously, Claydol is going to struggle to stay alive without a Alomola. So we're looking to pass some wishes around with Alomola, who is max defensive. Hariyama is max attack, max defense, because it really doesn't need HP, which makes it very nice. He did bring more special-oriented stuff than some other things, but yeah, I think that's all about the team. So we are going to end up leading with Darmanitan. There was nothing I was incredibly worried about being up against. Right off the bat with Darmanitan, I didn't really have a lead I liked more. Thought about Thundy, but to bluff Scarf. But that's, I don't really bluff much. So yeah, so we ended up with the Darmanitan lead, and we will see. And Miltank is the best thing he has. The fully defensive Miltank is what I'm expecting with the Thick Fat to help deal with the Darmanitan. We'll see he does lead the Miltank, so he was very prepared for the Darmanitan lead. Superpower does, on the max defensive set I'm expecting, does like 70, up to 75, up to 70, somewhere in there. So I'm just going to U-turn. We see it still does a good chunk of 30% damage to max defensive Miltank. As I'm expecting Rock, so I'm going into Thundy. And I am going to click Hidden Power Fighting. Or not Hidden Power Fighting, Z Fighting, Fighting Z. It will kill the Scizor if it goes in. He's not going into Tentacruel. It will do a big old chunk to Garchomp. Even Zapdos can't live it and a Thunderbolt / in Power Ice. It will kill the Miltank. And I wasn't expecting Alakazam. So, but it is going to go into Alakazam. It's going to do 58% resisted hit. And so now I have a decision to make, and I decide to leave in the Thundy to U-turn. Obviously, knowing he traced the Volt Absorb, I couldn't Thunderbolt. But U-turn would kill this. If he tried to set up a sub or something, I'd be in good positioning. I knew I could live the Psychic. Thundy really was not meant for Alakazam in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it really got dunked on by it. But we ended up in a position where that could work. So I did use the U-turn to kill, which is nice. I mean, I went to Claydol just because it doesn't really die at anything, and I was hoping to Rapid Spin away Rocks, which I am going to do right here. Tentacruel, yes, well, has type matchup 100%. You see with the Assault Vest, 28%. Unfortunately, it did get the burn, which I would have rather it didn't, but not a huge deal. Just going to chip me down a little bit. Rapid Spin's going to do less. I mean, it could have been 1 extra % on Rapid Spin, guys. Worst hacks ever. And then he Black Sludge. I mean, oh, he might have Black Sludge still back to full. I mean, huh. He's going to T-Spike. I'm going to Earth Power because I wanted to judge how defensive versus offensive this Tentacruel was. Spadaf versus defensive. It was not a very offensive Scald, if I'm remembering right, which I might, don't quote me on that because I might not remember. It's not long ago, but anyways. So we find out Earth Power's going to do a lot. Not thinking he's going to stay in. I'm going to Rapid Spin again because I want that T-Spike on. Mola does have a Lum, but, you know, he doesn't want it. I'd rather get the Flame Orb on the Hariyama, you know, stuff like that. And I believe now I'm going to go into Thundy, just either sacking it off or getting in before he gets Rocks up, which would then sack it off. And he's going to put up Rocks. I really want to click Focus Blast, because Focus Blast could have potentially killed from here. Probably wouldn't have, but it had a chance, if I remember correctly, and actually it might not have. But I click Hidden Power Ice, in case he wanted to go into Garchomp, just protecting the switch. He just stayed in. Let him cross and kill me. So I have a better idea of what this is now. And I don't like it. And with the lefties, he's going to get out of range of the superpower from Darm. So I'm going to go into the Hariyama. Now I don't have my Flame Orb boosted yet, so I don't have the guts. So I am going to go for an Ice Punch. Because it would do enough that after the Flame Orb, Close Combat didn't kill the Miltank anyways. So I was going to Ice Punch in case he went into Garchomp or into the Zapdos. If he went into Tentacruel, that's fine too. He's out of range of the Ice Punch now, so I'm going to Thunder Punch if I remember, and I might not remember correctly. He's going to Roost. Will I Ice Punch? Actually, I think I Ice Punched here. Yeah, so I Ice Punched here, and I do get a Freeze, which is very unfortunate. I'm not going to lie. So lefties is going to come. I'm going to Thunder Punch, because he is now, I believe, out of range of Ice Punch. In case he wanted to go into the Tentacruel, which I was kind of predicting. So I'm going to Thunder Punch. Now he's in range of the Ice Punch, so I believe this time I Ice Punch, and I believe this time he does go into Tentacruel. So, you know. Poor. The burn is slowly whittling me down, but nothing too major. I believe I Ice Punch. Yeah, I do. But he is in range of the Thunder Punch, so I was kind of expecting to put up a T-Spike. In the end, I believe he just went for the Scald. I'm already burned. Guts. Don't really care about the burn. Oh, he's Sludge Bombed. Sludge Bomb. Can't poison me. Does 30%. That's a good chip. Hariyama's going to Thunder Punch, get the kill. Hariyama needs a Wish-In with this game anyways. So I'm a little lower than I'd like to be. Because now he can go into Garchomp. And I am in range of the Earthquake by a little bit. I think it's about 46% is the min roll. So he's going to go into Mako Shark here. And I'm going to get out of here and go into Lolamola. Max defensive Lolamola, max HP, max defensive. High Garchomp. I can't do a ton back besides Scald you. I hope for a burn, but I eat. So that tells me he is probably just offensive Jolly. Potentially with Swords Dance, something like that, but he's not choice in any way. Could be Scarf, but I doubt it, given the matchup. So I'm going to Wish, and now I want to get out into the Hariyama right away, because it's a Miltank, and that's Seismic Toss. Hariyama's got a fat HP, no big deal. He's going to Heal Bell to get rid of the Freeze, so unfortunately I had to take the turn to do that. Just ends up with me getting a little bit of extra health. You know, Freeze is unfortunate. Not game-changing, but definitely unfortunate. Axe in my favor. Seismic Toss is going to come off. I'm going to Close Combat, because now I have the Guts boost, and I can just do that. So, down goes the Miltank. With the defensive drops, it's not ideal. He's going to go into Zapdos, and I don't want to risk Hariyama. Close Combat theoretically kills the Scizor. Ice Punch should kill the Garchomp. If he kills me, or if he brews, I can't kill him, so, you know, I'm just going to go out into Claydol. It can take, for one, it only takes, I think, 23 from Hidden Power Ice, which I was expecting on Zapdos. I don't think it turned out he had it. If he did, he never revealed it. I think he only revealed 3 moves. So, maybe not. But anyways. So he's going to go into Garchomp. I believe I Ice Beat? No, I Rapid Spun. I definitely Rapid Spun. Hindsight, Ice Beat would have been very good. But it wouldn't have OHKO'd. It does a whole lot. It doesn't OHKO. And I'm gonna get out because I do think I can get a Wish back into the Claydol. So I'm gonna go out into the Olomola. It did debate sacking it. Luckily I did not. Because, you know, that kinda eats, so no big deal. I'm gonna Wish up again as he goes into Zapdos, which is no surprise. Now I'm gonna try to go out into Claydol. The only thing I think because this is max defensive Zapdos, as I calc from Hariyama hitting it, the only thing that can kill me, I believe, is Hidden Power Ice. Otherwise, I am gonna get this Wish, which I really would like this Wish into Claydol. Thunderbolt's immune. We get the Wish into Claydol from 17 all the way back to full. Alola Mola, this is my first time using you, but wow, that was fun. That was good right there. That's why. So he's gonna go into Scizor. I did predict that. and go for Thin Power Fire. He is both Spadef and Okoa Berry, so that did wow nothing. And I'm gonna get out here expecting a U-turn. So I go into Alola, and then he's gonna SD, which, I mean, Alola's still, oh no, he knocks off. So he knocks off my Lumberry, not a big deal. At this point, not super worried about it. So he's gonna SD, which I don't really want to see, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna wish, and then I need to get out into something else. From +2, nothing he can do will OHKO the Darmanitan, except for potentially the knockoff. It would have had to high roll, but it could have. So I was expecting Ball Punch or U-turn or something. It doesn't have Z moves. No Buggy and Z or anything. Because it's Spadef, it's not super offensive. He's going to Ball Punch, will still do 62, because after another SD, that's a +3 Scizor. Like, still hurts. But Flare Blitz, you know, Life Orb, Flare Blitz onto a Scizor. With no Okoa Berry. Goodbye. So, Ball Punch hurt, but he's going to go into the Garchomp. I'm going to just stay in Flare Blitz, essentially stacking this, but in case he started SDing or subbing or anything like that, in case he got cute, I just wanted just Flare Blitz. It does 59% resisted. Between the Rough Skin and the recoil from Flare Blitz, down goes Darm. Darm tends to be at its best when it's killing itself, I find, so, you know, bye-bye Darm. So I'm now going into Sneasel. Okay, I want to pause this here, and probably not in time. So I have Ice Shard. Even though I'm Scarf, I have Ice Shard, which theoretically should kill. And I also have Icicle Crash, which can, of course, miss. So I really was half tempted to click Ice Shard here, then switch out, and then go back into Sneasel for the Zapdos. Because I didn't want to risk the miss. And I thought, wait a sec, he could be Yachi. And if I was Yachi, Ice Shard did not kill. Thank goodness I clicked Icicle Crash, because he did have Yachi. So now from where I'm at, even if Zapdos has Heat Wave, because it's max defensive, I should live up to 98.8% is the roll. And 2 Icicle Crashes if they both hit. Could kill the Zapdos, plus it has the chance to flinch. You know, so I'm going to Icicle Crash. I hit the first, great, 54, so it does do just, I think the low roll was 52. Does just over half. He's going to Heat Wave, should live, oh, that's a crit. Okay, no big deal. I Ice Punch Hariyama and Ice Beam Claydol. That's fine, right? Well, not overly. To be honest, I didn't play this that well in the next couple turns. Because I know he's going to Roost. I should have close combated. Which honestly I'm just thinking about now. But I'm going to sit here, Ice Punch. I'm still out of range of this thing killing me, even though I'm defensive, not Spadef. Now, you're going to see over the next... Zapdos is going to take a lot of hits that have a chance to freeze, do other things, you know. Zapdos is going to sit here for a while. This is not GG by any means. Zapdos could definitely 1v1. So I'm going to go. Burn keeps whittling me down. Eventually it's going to put me in range, and at 70%, I can't do that. So, I mean, yes, there's a chance if I keep just hitting this with stuff, it will freeze again. You know, get a crit, get a secondary, whatever. But I am going to try to get a wish back into Hariyama. So on what I expect to be the Roost, I'm going into the Alola. I should live 1. I was expecting Discharge Thunderbolt. I still live, thankfully, because he's not offensive at all. And I'm going to get the Wish up, send that back into Hariyama. Mama Yama. Who is, I think 43 was the max roll on attacks. So he gets 42, which is fine, because we're living, and we getting that. Hariyama with his massive HP still gets a good chunk back, or what's that, like 60% back. He's going to take another Thunderbolt. I'm going to get the Ice Punch now. And you just see, we do a lot. I should close combat, right here, close combat. I'm actually going to switch out into Alola. I think I was saving this. I figured I either got Alola another regen, which could potentially get it back to full, or I kept Hariyama around to Bullet Punch at the end if I got what could potentially be a very long, drawn-out process in. Um, yeah, not a Violet Sneasel, but normal Sneasel, no bulk at all. Can live Heat Wave from non-offensive Zapdos. So, he's gonna Roost. I'm gonna Ice Beam, and this is where I find like, oh yeah, when you Roost, you get real Flag type. I can just, hit him with the ground move, or, close combo, which I still, again, didn't think of somehow. But still, this is where I remember mechanics. He's gonna miss the Heat Wave, which is a bit unfortunate. And I'm gonna Ice Beam again. We'll see, that does 39. Not great. I believe here is where I Earth Power. But maybe not, I might have Ice Beam again. Burn is slowly whittling us down, so that burn from Tentacruels coming back. Now, Zapdos might have had Toxic. I don't know. If Zapdos had Toxic, then the burn was kind of nice. We do get this Spadef drop here, which is going to make this a whole lot easier for us. I should have just Earth Powered again, but Ice Beamed. I don't know why I thought he'd just not Roost. But anyways, so I Ice Beam again. Keep Ice Beaming the pure Electric type. Anyways, when you look back on yourself, you're like, oh, that wasn't the brightest. Now I'm gonna Earth Power, I think. Even though he could Roost. Oh, he waits. So do I Ice Beam again? Ice Beam again. I keep Ice Beaming because if he doesn't Roost, he gets a lot of an advantage. Now I'm gonna Earth Power, and because of this Spadef drop, I will be able to kill. So I just called this Haxdos. It got froze. I missed a Heat Wave. It crit the Sneasel, and it got Spadef dropped. So, yes, the Hax against the Zapdos, not in Boots' favor, but I don't know. In my opinion, the Sneasel crit was the biggest. Potentially the biggest. I don't know. It's tough. It was a good game both ways. There was some hacks and stuff. At one point I should have had it, and then Hacks took it away, and then at one point he should have had it. I don't feel super bad just because Zapdos was taking Ice Beam, Ice Punches, and Earth Powers, all with secondary effects that would have been very unfortunate. 10 and 20% chances. So, it's tough. It's unfortunate. But Zapdos was sitting there taking shot after shot that could have been very unfortunate. It did get froze once, it did get a Spadef drop once, but it also got the crit. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. Luckily, it didn't matter for the overall win of the week, because that one just needed a little more, twist the knife for poor Boots. Who I've always had good games against. I think I've always beat, maybe. I don't remember Owl last season. I don't remember if we played. But is a good player. I mean, some good games. He's a lot more defensive, runs a lot of lefties than I am, and I'm just going to try to break your skull with Life Orb, Sheer Force, Adamant, Darmanitan. That's just kind of how we go about the matchup. But Alola did some things. Ariyama MVP, man, I'm so glad that thing came back. Fun fact that people outside of Team Skull don't know. I really, 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 really wanted to franchise Ariyama. It was on the team last year. And they would ask me, I was like, can I franchise Hariyama? That was my reaction. I couldn't justify the point total to franchise Hariyama, which is sad because it's very low tier. But it was either that or lose the Z user, and that just I couldn't. But I was able to get it back in the draft, which thank goodness. Hariyama got only 2 kills, but it put in the finest of work this battle. Alola came in pretty clutch at times, and Claydol did some very, very good things. Wandering Eye, Splurge is happy somewhere. Claydol's his baby, man. You guys like Splurge. He made my first logo. That wasn't the ugly one I made first. Friend of ours from UPC and stuff, so shout out to Splurge. Why not? Snintz and Sneevile is a shout out to Sketch's team. Hariyama's just my baby. The Gutmon contest shout out there. I'm at the point where, you got your crew, boys, and got call-outs to everybody. This, man, normally my post-coms go really, really fast. I managed to kind of extend this one. Told myself I would let it go long, and it did. which you may like, you may hate, I don't know. But especially for anyone who's new to watching me, who's come through Owl or anything like that, I hope you enjoyed the Coach Oak show, but have a nice day because Coach Oak said so, and I will see you all next time.